through this alarm bot. John is in the way of this, and actually that's enough pressure to kind of force the guard to return back over towards A as the spike is leaning towards long.
Yeah, and John, anything but left alone. Xander, however, stuck inside the nebulous smoke. I said stuck, but look at it shift. Xander showing up today. 2 early kills for M80 as the
plan.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been kicking back on the beach chair, got his coconut drink with the umbrella in, and he's been on an island this entire time. And I mean, he's been successful in staying alive. Now will finally make himself known after a couple of shock darts. He'll land some bullets onto net. And that cuts things down to 2. It's Trent, it's Jonah, and they're across the map from one another, but they're starting to do some damage. Now it's all up to Trent, and unfortunately, this is not the round we see him pop off at hand. Koala with the ghosts, Tex and Valen playing in the back lines. Fragments are out, and they're doing their due diligence. The utility, the timing's good. The flash is better. First one down, but Jonah there for the trade. And that's everything that the guard needed to make sure that Koala would not run away with this round. But things start to look scary. The Cosmic Divide, I mean, it cuts off all the sightlines here, forcing out the Hunter. Shuri Nanoswarm down as well, and time still on the clock, but is it going to be enough? John Cuny once more on the tap, just hoping to do some damage, and it looks like he's going to find his leave as EU falls. John will save the rifle and concede the round to the guard.
That's a very expensive round, though, again, and for this orb to be collected, because Trent had just previously obviously spent his Hunter's Fury, and these smokes are going to lead to actually a null command committee here. The guard are looking to maybe get a little forward.
Yeah, and Xander catches one through the smoke. That's a robot down. Unfortunately, that means a resurrection available. So Xander's efforts basically for naught as Tex will find another. He pushes his way forward, and he's finally met by John, who picks up 2, make it 3. This round looking that much more doable for M80 as it started quick. Look at this shift. The backstab here from net. Will he catch the timing on anything? No, he might get timing himself. Here's the reload. And now look to fight backwards here. It's a mirror matchup. And, okay, for a second, I thought we were still on John's POV where he flicked over to the net, but it's the inverse, and it does not feel comfortable. The plant will finally look to do so. We'll have to stick it the entire way. When you look at the health advantage, that belongs to Nismo. Spike planted. Jonah on the swing, finds the kill and manages to keep control for the guard.
M80's fueling the threat, but the guard have once again found some success at mid, and they can wrap behind this and change their angle of approach. It doesn't necessarily have to be A, but that takes the first blood against Koala. That could open the floodgates, and with 20 seconds, they've got to go quick.
Wow, I mean, that right there, heartbreaking for M80. Not something that you normally see. Koala falls to the Vandal. Meanwhile, action out towards B. Players are being dealt with. The time is starting to get low. Good reveal. Xander holding it down. No Koala needed as the Astra continues to fight forward. It's damage found. It's 5 seconds. A Cosmic Divide. We'll see if John looks to go in front of it, and yes, he does. Nismo now left all on his lone.
The utility may not be needed. It just comes down to, can he actually take the transfer and win the 1v2 in a difficult spot?
Yeah, having an idea that maybe they're sitting art here. First one up is Valen. That spike doesn't even get halfway. Beautiful.
So that's something that needs to change for M80 is that they go back into a full person. It's an early Hunter's Fury just trying to predict and guess. That works out for the first. Koala all takes down Tech, so big number here for M80. And you figure the guard are side on, do we really want to give this a true try, especially as they lose net?
Yeah, that right there, I mean, that'll are out. The defib for M80. And I think confidence to get it back for Koala Noob. I'm happy to see that he isn't afraid to play aggressive, to play bold like you does, especially after getting shut down early. And with all that, yeah, just too much to worry about with 2 remaining. Trent now try his hand at it. EU gets just enough.
This is an important round. They try to establish some trends here for M8. They're getting pushed off by the Aldron. Hunter's Fury will also flush them back, and that should be a free sight for the guard, but not so much. Xander continues to impress, and that will allow a chance for M80 to try to hold.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the kills right back. Xander doing his darndest again. Finds he kills as Tex wants to push forward, get a little aggressive, but now numbers down. Both Trent and net utility to hang on to. Shock Dart will find damage. Is that going to be enough? Look at this. The investment round comes through. They're going to try and force these attackers all the way off site. And Trent will try and deal with this one up. As net backs away from it all. Trent will make it 2. Deals with the lockdown jump out. No. He doesn't find the damage, but so much has been dealt. Koala now with the knives will take the fight, but net wins it out once more.
Second final, or first round rather, where they're playing up against Moist Moguls. Or semifinal rather. they are completely entrapped. And Ned, if he
left.
comes around the corner here with timing, oh, he was going to find a free kill onto Xander, but now all of a sudden the spike has to commit into B, and it doesn't have a lot of time to do it, Tanner.
Nope, it's not. The clock has been an issue in some of the rounds for the. They do always manage to find a way. Texas on Nismo make sure of that. The next stop shot land for Koala. Trip also
remaining.
fall to the
10
hands of the
seconds
Marshall with 10 seconds on the clock.
Is key, as this round is going to be a little bit more pressed here for the guard. Just a solo Vandal with a couple of pistol upgrades in round 11.
Yeah, this one feeling good. They're finally able to reset, but that solo Vandal finds 2 more for the team site. I mean, John Cutie's left all on his low. He's not long for this world.
You wouldn't think so, especially as he's been yeah, okay. That will make things a little bit more comfortable. Leaves it down to a 2v5. Koala noob needs to find a way to get an entry here, but with an operator, this may be one of those situations where M80 may try to just see if EU can make a solo play, because you don't want to give up the op this late in the half.
3 seconds away from the recon. The operator only missing the timing. Just narrowly missing the shots. Good crouch from Valorant will keep him alive. Now Koala gonna head for the...
Hard to just use their utility beautifully. And now, of course, we're at round 12 and that conversation will change, but even in the exchange here, 2 for 2 is fine if you're the guard.
You will gladly take that one more defender and Tex with the operator proving proficient there. If it was the Battle of the Jets today, not what we highlighted in our head-to-head, it's definitely Tex who was coming out on top of it all. John Cutie, not wanting to be revealed, will back away. And John and Xander, they're going to try their hand at this. Cosmic Divide available. 2v3. Look at the util. Net full utility. Here comes a Cosmic Divide, and John does it again. He moves just a second too early. Now it's all up to Xander. He's been good for 3 in rounds before. In a 1v3, he has to be perfect. Trent just on the other side of the pillar. Operator still playing out towards long. Net giving him nothing. There's the first. Alarm bot to reveal. Now as time ticks away, the Cosmic Divide will also fall. Xander ready for the angle. A star to play with. And the star goes down, but now he'll take the long angle against the operator. It's Tex on the other side. Good spray. Doesn't quite find it there. He just has to run up to the spike. He has to stick to the fuse here. Maybe look to get this one halfway, but a nano swarm still available. The turret shooting him down as well. And I mean, it's just against
M80, considering the score and the circumstances that lay before you based on previous results.
Yeah, 8 straight the last time they met, and you only have 5 to lose if you're M80. And well, 1 of 5, Xander, the first one taken down, net gonna play off of his alarm bot. Backstab there. Just nobody expecting the killjoy here on this corner. Nismo sneaks away, escapes death. So does Jonah, but a 2-for-1 trade thus far. M80 still a player down.
Man, tough scenes, because it's just one of those situations that, okay, I thought for a second the guard was still gonna be able to contest this position, bottom side tower, but not to be. So now the spike could possibly be planted. Maybe a step too far forward there from Nismo. A bit greedy, I think some would argue, but M80 are looking to kind of play this through Link, and they've got utility that's going to be completely absent of this long route coming on the backside from Tex. So this is going to lead to a full-out overwhelm, and no one's expecting Tex here.
Yeah, fortunately the players aren't quite giving themselves up. John gonna try and take those fights. Now Trent gonna hopefully help his Jet out here. Turret does some damage there. Tex deals just enough to cut it down to 1. It's John Cutie playing back calls. A very healthy Jet still alive. And this round, everything for M80 to try and get back into this game. Tex taps once more. Back on the angle. Now out of time. Will only play for the kill. And John has done just enough. Beautifully played for the killjoy of M80. And they're back.
Of controlling utility to try to get their way in. It's not really going to see too much. So again, this is going to be a shootout here right in the front of A.
Uh-oh. Trent didn't want to reveal his position, so he gets revealed. Pistols finally online. John Cutie finds one of his own. You're going to take the long-range duel. Still with the rifle in hand. They'll hang on to it, but Tex will drop another. It's Xander to fall. And Trent and Valen, they know both defenders are here, so they make the long rotation. There it is. There's that fight. Oof. Beautiful fragment there, though. Forces him away, and now 15 HP is not a whole lot for your Sova. Recon Bolt goes out. Shock Dart wasted. Trent picks up 2. No way. He does it again. And EU does not have the health for this. He has to be perfect.
He's got a recon dart, but
from 37 to 17, EU. Toss out that recon bolt. Knows Valen that is not on the spike. Again, it comes down to the time and how well EU can play it, but the guard have done it again. Trent has done it again for this defense. Jonah, you know, You know they're staying on this site to fight, and finally they do sniff that one out. Meanwhile, Xander's playing late lurk here. 2 players all the way up through main. Valorant and Trent, both of which have been dealt with, and this one so much more doable now for M80.
Do you expect Tex? That's the real question. And well, Xander does. That is so heads up from Xander. Just takes the round into his own.
The spike, very non-committal, still down inside the spawn. Jonah on the other side will go down. Are they expecting 2 more as Tex continues to creep up? Koala holds the angle, spots the elbow. Tex is gone. Net will find one across the map, but it just might not matter. A good tag. Actually, the shot goes wide. Valorant survives. Picked up the 1 rifle here in this one as he walks forward. Retrieves it off a fallen teammate. And is still fighting.
And once again, Xander finds a 1v1 that may save this round. I mean, that long lurk, too much to push him out of halls. You've got 1 flash, 1 fragment, and a couple of stars that could be placed. But honestly speaking, Valorant's got a lot of self-survivability just based off position, and the fact that he's got Trent's Hunter's Fury if he needs to, and that's a huge follow-up pick. Valorant keeping the play alive. 2v2 we go.
Every single time they go too early behind it, and the guard will always find a way another. And Tex has the high grounds here. On the top turnbuckle with the operator will find the first. Looks to sneak away. Hunter Shuri, though, going to try and chase him down. But it doesn't land the first shot, nor the second. The third, however, does hit. Tex still wants to fight, but Xander silences the Jet here on this site. So a 1-for-1 trade thus far. The site, it has been taken, but Hunter Shuri in response from Trent. We'll see how much he can get out of this one.
Thing is, this is all setting up Net from the flank, just pushing them all into this corner. Now the lockdown is earned. Nismo is in a little bit of trouble here. Does respond, so hold on a second. With EU also pushing back, Trent at range, and the lockdown destroyed. This gets to a very different 2v2 with M80 now in the advantage, leaving it to Jonah P for the 1v2.
Jonah, first fight here with the EU does get revealed from the suppression. Now knows exactly where Nismo is playing, but the spike, it's planted for M80, but Jonah continues the reign of terror.
And I think that, again, just kind of attributes to the lack of success that M80 have had combining utility so far in this map.
Oh, man. And if you thought the timeout was going to help, maybe slow things down, keep the guard at bay, nope. They go right back to it out towards mid. Tex will find the first kill.
And it's on Xander, your top kill leader and your controller, that has been finding the only success on these entries. So now it has to be someone like Nismo to get some clearance, and he drops second. So, oh boy, they're running out of options, Tanner. Not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, what do they have? John Cutie goes aggressive. Tex, for whatever reason, is still inside the sewers with the operator. John not happy about that with EU. I mean, they call a timeout, but it doesn't matter. It's flawless to close us out here, and it's much like we saw last time. The guard on top very favorably. All for naught as the guard head out towards this B site. Xander maybe spots something there, and with that, looks like the go button now being hit. Trent could be solo on the opposite side. Incendiary comes down, shorty in hand. Nismo trades that kill out, but are they expecting more behind it? For now, tower is not safe.
No, it's a hot spot for sure. And interestingly enough, behind cover of smoke, Garter's still just going to commit on in, leaving Koala Noob kind of in a weird spot, but a key first win, traded away back once again. Now the retake's on the way.
Yeah, Nismo finds another. Trent's now to battle all the way back, but in a 1v2. This one is just out of reach. It was close until it was side A main, and the rest of the guard, well, all of the guard, I should say, are going to look to cement themselves out towards this A site. X works forward, going to dodge out on the aftershock for now. Xander dealt with. Next up is EU on the site. No good attention bot, but it doesn't matter. John Cutie battles back for one, but how much more can he get? One and done is the answer. As the stinger bursts away, Koala Noob just gets so unlucky as he creeps through the smoke. Trent, somebody check him PC.
It's one of those moments where you just take your hands off your mouse and keyboard and you just have a deep sigh, like, all right, guess this is the way it's gonna go. The Bulldog collected 1v3, not impossible with utility at play. Okay, well, once more through smoke, the guard just not missing. Net will get 3 in the round, already earning up a Viper.
From the flash was just a decoy. This time, though, there's a bit more behind it. Rolling Thunder goes through, smokes go up, and Tex wants to fight aggressively. on the opposite side. We'll see how much M80 give him as Net will finally start to complete this lurk, but Xander deals with them early.
Oh, big first 2 kills here for M80 on the retake. Orbital Strike is also spent to kind of flush out the site. So as you start to clear, Koala Noob is going to know for sure that he's going to have to try to play this through halls, and you still have some utility to possibly flash him in if they need to try to pressure this.
Aftershock and make sure it's a little bit harder to sit onto that spike. No command finally comes through, so now it's all up to the spam, all up to the spray. Nismo gets taken down through the smoke. Xander there to battle back, and Koala, the tip of the spear, just the diffuser here will cut the wires.
From the site, letting Tex go in first. A little bit of guiding light help from Tree. And that now controls Arcade and Tree, leading that only has to come to the middle, which Rolling Thunder is going to be used to open down the doors.
Yeah, but does not hit anybody, fortunately. EU still able to collect one. Koala able to get value with the operator there, but Tex goes unchecked, forced to reload. He dashes to safety. The op shot doesn't land. We're classic to classic. No, make it a sheriff. Round it yields no results outside of information that nobody's there, and it'll be a retake once more for M80.
They do have a lot of utility here. That's the best part about this for M80. They didn't contest anything up front, and Nismo, Koala get the first 2 kills. Now they can really break down this site with the utility that they have left.
Yep, Net stuck top site for now. Doesn't want to push through the fragment there. Rolling Thunder, another one coming through. We're just back and forth with Rolling Thunders. Good reveal though as Koala picks up a rifle, starts to find the kills. Net battles back though, holds the high grounds on the turnbuckle. Nismo will finally pick up some more with that Guardian, showing the proficiency there. He taps away. Attack back for now, but with all of that commotion, they say, hey, this B side, it might be open.
It's really not, is the problem, because Koala Noob is sniping the cross, and there's also a trap wire there, which does reveal Koala Noob able to capitalize on one. Op versus op battle. Tex keeps the door lightly ajar. Not fully, though, as Xander's sneaking his way through Nebula.
And I'm wondering why there was not a wall. Xander, oh my goodness, they do it again. They just get random through the smoke. Valen counting his blessings there. The lucky stars are out tonight as the operator here on the site will hold the angle right next to our Astra. There's the swing off the knife, but John Cuny's been dealt with out toward long. Nismo backstab around the corners. EU has to do it all himself. He's got 9 HP, but Net, they continue the duel from the start of the round.
It's just been these random happenstances that have kept the guard not just in rounds, but it's also gotten him through the finish line as Koala Noob once more tries his luck, and this time it works out nicely. The long-range shots as well coming through as M80 are all over the start of this round.
Love that from M80. They go back to it. Aggression. This time they find the players where they are starting to push. Net, maybe unsuspecting here, will find the shots on the angle and actually wins out the duel against EU once more. But this one, still a bit out of reach. Have a handful of plays on that map. So if there was going to be aggression, a lot of the time we saw somebody ready for it. Here on, we got a single clutch, but the guard were doing some pretty crazy things. This time that has been managed, and again, the disrespect is just there. Rolling Thunder into all of them, allows Koala to keep pushing forward. Xander gonna meet him on the other side as the guard want to fight through the smoke themselves. 3 players still remain on both sides, though. This one, an even trade thus far. Koala just pushing forward. Spectre and Hand will swap now to a Guardian, but he's dealt with in some way, somehow, after all the commotion. Valen, the last alive for the guard here against 2 in the last round of the half.
Yeah, if you're prone to epilepsy through strobe effects, turn away, because that was just a hodgepodge of utility, gunfights, and sheer chaos. But Valen, in a 1v2, needs to collect the spike, and this Cosmic Divide may have harmed him more than it helps him as he tries to break through into halls.
Yeah, hoping that the players are still on the wrong side of it, but both here on the right side, both on the swing. He deals with one, but Nismo there to close it out. Yeah. And that is good. I'm sorry, not the guard, M80. And that is good for M80, right? If Koala is on fire, then your team is typically on fire. So that's exactly what happens. We swap sides, so Koala dashed onto the side. He was stunned up. Valen holding it down. He wasn't happy about how things ended in the last half. So he brings the fight right to M80 here in the pistol round of the second. Oh my God, and it does not stop there.
Wow. So this is one of those good luck, have fun moments for John, as he's been completely concussed, and yeah.
Their posts going back and forth between coaches just around the world, you know, talking about the light shield buy. 0 point, turns off the abilities. Good snake bite though before that happens. Well, Trent maybe gonna get run down. That's just a stinger in the light shields. It might not matter. The first couple of duels, Net and Trent are gone.
Okay.
Koala gets lucky himself as he sprays.
Have to rely on Net, who's trying to take away space, and well, John will get the information that there is a push through into Tree. Be enough to hit the green light for M80 to try to make this play through Arcade.
Hit the full.
Man, Jonah, such good timing there. So both jets gone. Valen gonna go aggressive. Finds Xander, takes him down. Nismo next up, but will not strike out as his teammate did just before him. So trades continue. Controllers, jets, they're gone. Operators here. Trent says sayonara as well, and it's Nismo to send him off.
It is an impressive shot from Nismo. Unbelievable. And maybe a bit of consideration of, we know where the Aqua's dropped at, so let's just make sure we don't overlook that. But a huge numbers advantage now for M80 when it comes to them setting up their post plant with the agents that are still alive, mind you. 3v2 to go.
Oh no, Jonah lets it slip away for just a second, and if you thought this was going to be a clean 2 versus 2, it is anything but that as EU tucks away just behind that Radiant Eye box. Low HP Jonah P will eventually go down, and that vulnerability should be gone. So it's a full-fledged EU as he gets spammed through the wall. Will peek out, find the head of Net and M80. First to double. Yes, somebody, anybody, please grab it. They don't. They don't want to get randomed through anything. Another one close to it in that orbital strike. John Cutie holding the rear here. Makes quick work of both Trent and Valen, who are working their way with pistols. And at this point for the guard, you can only hope for maybe some exits, trying to do some economic damage. It's really hard to do so because it's been starting to build up for M80. Yeah, they're here on the site. The spike's planted. They got nothing for it. Shots up there, no way! What did Tex just do?
He's gonna have time too. Or maybe
Is
not.
he?
Oh, it's gonna be real tight, Tanner.
I don't think he has
doesn't.
No way. The efforts for absolutely nothing. Are you kidding me? And Koala came to play, and his team has been making sure that he's able to do so successfully. Dash inside, gonna look to get the spike planted here. Maybe Jonah gets aggressive. It's only Koala here. He's left on an island, but now the post is there. Rolling Thunder comes through. Nismo gonna be tagged up by this one as John Cutie plays through the sewers, and Xander finds another. We trade back and forth for 2, but a Rolling Thunder and all the ults still available for M80. Make this one. Holy moly! Tex goes high into the sky, and he's eventually dealt with after he finds his first. The guard, they have to go aggressive. They have to find these kills and get the spike defused as Valen steps inside. The incendiary. Out comes the Null Commander, the Cosmic Divide, excuse me. He pushes aggressive. Xander wasn't ready, and they hang on.
All of a sudden, the guard are on 7. Koala looks to get aggressive, and it once again works out, and dives are earned. He's looking for the finished blow.
Man, and if Tex finds that kill there, maybe this round is salvageable, but Koala Noob is just on a reign of terror, and it makes you think, why did you sacrifice him in the last round? Because he continues to do stuff like this into the next few as Jonah P gonna try and fight his way out of a sight, but he is just in the trenches. Now Valen and Tex will work their way across the map through their spawn and try and deal with this 2v4.
Oy. It's just, it makes you kind of sit and wonder, why did we not just let Koala Noob do this in the last map? But man, he came different in this one. Tex by himself. This would be a 1v4. And well, he's got a lot of things to check from the operator. It's not going to work out. Conviction from M80 in map number 2. A lot of those 13 rounds you could put together in the span of maybe 17, 16.
To try and force John Cutie. I mean, lots of util used just to get John Cutie disconnected from the play.
Yeah, I really like that a lot because Tex is holding a close angle with a frenzy. So this could be very dangerous. And the fault line does connect though. M80 trying to make their play forward, but yeah, trade's looking solid, and the last shock dart will land. So good breakdown, good execution. I think EU's recon dart, and they're gonna get the angle for free, but the guard are all focused on towards the C site, and this is just heavy numbers. Xander in the corner will get the first though, and there are defenders to still deal with this.
Yeah, a great read. The same pistol round strat, the crunch to come through from the guard, but M80, everybody here on this side of the map ready to receive said play. Xander goes undetected, so does John. And this one seemingly wraps as far as the guard back away from it and try and figure out how to play the rest of this map when they have zero control of it.
Yeah, the only way that you get back in this round is if you get a clean one shot here onto EU. If he goes 1 for 1 though, defense is in a very critical position, and yeah, he's going to probably do maybe even more than that. Aldrun will try to confirm if there's any other further push-up, and the guard are not, that we're probably going to keep our eye on pretty heavily throughout this first half. We'll be a little bit more hard-pressed to find much success, so I'd be curious to see if the guard tries something a little bit different through smoke.
I mean, a couple of flashes, and it looked like for a second Nismo wanted to push on through. He just goes for a bit of chip damage, which they do find onto Tex. He's yet to give up his position, though. Fault line back sight, Valen dealt with that. Smoke's off the table, but the trades are there, and it's 2 in favor of Tex as he drops down, gives up his position with 51 HP. Oh, the dash. He catches the wall, and he can't sneak out safely as Jonah will look to hold the line here with 1 HP. A couple of players at his back, and Nismo slowly working his way around. Net just gets lucky once more. The shots are good through the smoke, but now they have to try and do it again, and it's Trent to do it. A couple of Bulldog shots will take a bite out of John, and Nismo will look to get the spike all the way. John goes half, and Nismo!
That's sent all the way down towards C long. And not a lot of inspiration for why that may have happened. The cross back over towards mid, but the knives are reaping things apart through the connector.
I mean, back and forth from head to head, Tex collecting skulls, and Koala. I mean, Koala left with 5 players still in front of him. He's only got an operator who'll take down the first, but now the hunt starts for the guard, and I don't know who's the prey or who's the predator here as Koala takes 2 lives with him. We'll have to continue to fight his way on out. There's no safe angle, but damage done here.
Yeah, but the guard, little quick transition in towards B works out pretty nicely. And I'm kind of still wondering what caused EU to feel so headstrong. The sentry turret will be first contact if anyone tries to push through this garage side. So this is also a difficult prospect as far as breaking down this post plant. Although EU's gonna be right around the corner from this lockdown, he would have to go huge.
I mean, it might only take 1 bullet, though. He does not have to be perfect. He just has to be crazy. And it looks like he wants to do that. Nismo finds 1 EU out for 2, make it 3 of his own. The lockdown gone. And this round right behind it, a huge round. The full house between the initiators. The guard gonna try and right their wrongs. Out toward B site once more. 1 smoke down, recon bolt out. This time John Cutie does have the util. Tex gonna dash right past and find the kill, catching him off guard.
These are just so clean, brother. I mean, what do you want to say about it? The flank play is going to be held honest by the alarm bot. We've got Net just kind of watching to make sure no one comes through a lobby. And as far as a retake is concerned, there are no substantial tools to use to break this back open unless you try to commit a blind Hunter's Fury. But I don't see that as being all that plausible in a 3v5, considering what this setup looks like for the guard.
Oof. Tex going to give himself up. EU makes good on that information. We'll find the kill, but 2 rifles and an operator. And knives available for Koala.
What they were watching versus what they actually were, because there were a couple of the heroes inside of the C side a handful of times from M80 kind of stopping those plays. And then the play over towards A, you know, it was successful, but it was...
Loses his life for it.
Wow. I was right there. I thought the same that Koala saw.
Me too.
I thought it was... He moved all the way back towards lobby. But that's a huge pickup for EU. A little bit stuck here. Does not have an exit strategy, but there are defenders behind him to layer this A defense.
And rotations here. Oh, and lockdown expended. You don't have to commit out towards C or B, but with 50 seconds, I mean, you could do so much here for the guard.
The thing is that lockdown allows John to get back into range of his utility here at C, so it's not going to find value in terms of being able to lock anyone in place, but it does allow at least the nanostorms to possibly come into play. Not fully going to work out, but now a denial of the exit as John's able to find another, getting us to a 2v3.
And Xander canceled that from the shadows. He was pulling up on a couple of members. Now 1 used of their own. It's Valen to back away out towards long with the rest of the team. And smoke down on the spike, 20 seconds away from the next one. John Cutie looking to find for that utility. Nothing there, though. Hunter's Fury instead to be expended and expecting somebody to push up close, but not the case. No shots landed. That smoke going to dissipate, though, and I don't think they have another one to work with. John Cutie, the last one standing here. Shock darts.
But ultimately, it's just a little bit more, you know, Jimmy on the spot there is the guard able to get there real quick and make the call on the rotation. This is just prime action from the guard. Something we seem to do so often where, look at us, we're all heavy-handed over towards A, but this is just getting a forward member into position. But the knives are actually out for Koala as well. He goes high, finds a key pick, but Net will actually take the round into his own hands as a little anime battle in through mid tilts back to the guard's favor, leaving John by himself for the 1v3.
And John untouched, though, comes into this one with light shields.
Sure, the guard are even here. This is all about playing post-plant retake if you're M80, and they don't even have any ultimates to do this. So you're going to have to get the fault line recharged and hope that some of these flashes hit. Or maybe that Koala noob can make this C-long play a bit more safe and keep the guard trapped on site to make sure that utility is even more valuable.
And now they know, right? The guard have to do something desperate here or else he'll just be overrun by the numbers. As Trent starts to work his way out towards mid. 2 still remain on the side, that being Valorant and Jonah B, and one of them's been dealt with. Turns out players in the smoke, and it's all up to Trent, who's going to try and play linchpin in a 1v5. A little low on time, though. 2 kills come through. 2 more swing, and unfortunately splitting the uprights there as Xander sits him down.
Only ultimate in play, and likely the only one we're going to see, unless Net gets a couple of kills.
Deleted.
Not the killjoy you were hoping for to find the kills if you were the guard. Instead, it's John Cutie. Koala finds one of his own, able to back away safely in a very similar situation where the guard are down players. M80 bolstered up heavy out towards the C site in way of defense, and Koala Noob is doing Koala Noob things. Trent down to 5 HP, so if there's any clutch factor, he doesn't have the health for it, and look at that. Koala lines him up, takes him down, and M80... Slowly but surely, we got the rotates coming, but Allen's a second away.
Yeah. This is, ooh, tall ass, but that's a pretty key first elimination to keep Koala Noob kind of out of your defensive spawn. And there's a full retake coming in over to the backside of windows. So M80 are a little bit pinned up in sort of the site. It just comes down to can they get the kills needed to kind of stave this off, and the first 2 are good.
Yeah, utility usually the name of the game for the guard. So what does John try to do? Run him down and catch Trent with util in hand. Finally, Valen will be dealt with.
Remaining.
Net gonna start to work his way back through the fight. Unfortunately, he's out of time, out of space, out of HP, out of resources.
Here, M80 are kind of going right on in towards the teeth of this entire setup from Net.
Yeah, the shock dart did not land though on the utility here at B. So alarm bot still reveals. Nano Swarm buys some time. Xander gonna work his way into the plant, teleporting into the Nano Swarm, pushing through though. Beautiful stun there by Jonah P. Tex will collect another one out towards mid as Xander fights back for one of their own. Shock darts for damage. Smoke is out. Koala Noob ready for it though. The TP red, but now it's all up to EU. There's 3 players on the other side, and he does not get one. Hit this one, but still no commitment.
Yeah. I like this from M80 though. Just kind of feel things out. Force a little bit of doubt out of the guard, force a little bit of that extra mobility out. And how about this? Koala Noobs actually gets a read on the Net, trying to once again pull off that lurk through mid. So now the guard are in completely dire straits. From the shadows, we get called in. Not a lot seen in towards A, and that may be enough for the green light to come out and the floodgates to open as M80 hit their approach.
And they'll have to clear out short though. 2 defenders, 2 of the 3 that are remaining here. Aftershock comes through, teleport to safety. Frank can try and keep his omen alive.
1 enemy remaining.
John Cutie and Nismo completely deny any opportunity there. An M80 own defender.
There's just so much trust that Net can lock down a side of the site. This is exactly what Starry was saying, is Net by himself on this Killjoy can be a huge force to deal with, and he's just got a Nano Storm to keep him safe. So this is again kind of giving up.
And do it. There it is. Yeah, completely gone there. Nismo puts his life on the line, but backs away, successful in his endeavors. Paranoia to slow things down for both sides for now. We're locked down on the opposite end in this 3v5. I mean, it's just way more digestible now. Should deny for a moment. A few safe spots back sight, but that spike continues to tick away as the smokes dissipate. Tex will hold the angle. Nano Swarms you. Xander, the smoke of his own. Gonna try and stop something on the back lines, but Tex good for 3 kills on the round. John Cutie and Nismo now left with everything to do. A couple of cloud bursts down will deny the sight lines. John Cutie just has to spam and get lucky. He has to hope, he has to pray, and in the 1v1 he does it! No, this round in favor of M80, but heroics in sticking that spike there. John Cutie just not quick enough on the trigger. Drone to try and clear things out. Valen first up. They're investing into this one, though. Rolling Thunder for Rolling Thunder. Back and forth we go. The knives really the only accurate weapon here as EU goes undetected. A shock dart at his feet will force his hand. But he takes 2 kills with it. Meanwhile, Koala and Nismo clean up the players on site. And Trent, not long for this world, meets the same.
You've got a lot of time to play with your M80, and you still have a heap of utility that could be used to try to open up some sites. Things like the Paranoia, the fault line that's been recharged up, and an Aftershock. So you've got tools, but your options may be limited to mid, and that's not what you want, as Jonah P and the rest of the guard are pretty much in place to deal with this.
And
they do buy out a little bit of utility. Swarm Grenade dealt with, however, so a push from C-Link could be imminent. M80 allowed to plant. Fault line will miss. Koala first up, 70 HP. I mean, Trent, near perfect is all you have to be. You don't even need to find a headed body shot. Will be enough. So 72 HP separates the guard from finding their 11th round. Good flash, Nismo on the swing. Another body shot will land, and that secures a third for Trent. This John will try and fight his way out of the trenches once more. That time, it will not be it.
Like that, you come out of a tech pause with mid-window spamming an X? No. Oh, it's pain.
Yeah, it doesn't stop the push, though. M80 still sticking to the plan here. Dash onto the site. Tex trying to be the linchpin in all this one. Hunter sure to clear things out as M80 clean up a few kills of their own. Xander fights his way out of graffiti. Doesn't.
M80 looking to kind of field things out over towards garage. It's net in the way with utility to try to watch his back towards C long. The rest of the guard are stacked heavy in towards mid. A lot of utility could be spent try to stall this M80 hit out.
Oh, I think both players spot him. No way, Trent was thinking that he didn't get spotted. Koala pushes forward, he gets 3.
What to pop off M80 win? It's just facts at this point. The last time these two teams played, Xander was not having a good time. Koala was held to minimal effect. Map 1, the same can be said. And the chase down at the end allows Koala to get to 4. This little feel out towards C could be pretty crucial, try to move this guard defense around a little bit, but no, the focus with the spike will come towards A, and now it's just down to, if they get that scent, who pops the trigger first for the guard to try to stop this hit.
Looks like fault line queued up from the attack here. Rolling Thunder actually sent into the attack, but we go 1 for 1. It holds it down, stunned up, it doesn't matter. Xander is still fighting forward. This guy flooding with confidence here as we trade. Fault line, Rolling Thunder, back and forth. The flashes are there, lockdown as well. But this time, it's not looking great for the guard. They look to close things out. It's all up to Tex, but he has to head for the hills. An operator, a 1v3, and a spike to defuse. Nobody gives him an angle. First up might be John Cutie, but he's playing so far off. And Tex, I mean, just the worst possible situation revealed by the alarm bot. Fault line at his feet. Who swings first? Who gives him anything? Shorty is out. He tries to deal with it, but it's Nismo to do it. It's M80. They battle back. They reverse sweep in the best of 3. They reclaim their spot at the top, and it's the bomb squad, baby.